Staples is closing stores in Goleta, California, and Levittown, New York, and it isn't even the biggest name shutting doors right now. Wait until you get to the chain near the end of this list, because that one has already been through bankruptcy court. 8 well-known retailers are cutting locations, and the reasons range from a slow shift online to serious financial trouble. Here's who's closing and what it means if one of them is your regular stop. Our first chain is Staples. 2 locations are going dark, one in Goleta, California, and one in Levittown, New York. The office supply business has been squeezed for years now. Companies buy their supplies online, more people work from home, and nobody's ordering the volume of paper and toner they used to. Staples is narrowing its store network and betting on its strongest locations, plus its digital business. If you've been using one of these stores for printing or shipping, you'll want to find your backup now. Second on the list is Macy's. Macy's is a few years into a plan to close its weaker department stores and build a smaller, more profitable company. Locations all over the country have been targeted, and the company is weighing each one on 3 things: how profitable it is, how much traffic it gets, and whether it has any room to grow. Macy's isn't going anywhere as a brand. It's just going to exist in fewer buildings than it used to. Third up is IKEA itself. IKEA is closing 2 of its smaller plan and order point locations, one in South Charlotte and one in Austin Domain. This one isn't a retreat. IKEA is moving money toward its big stores, its online ordering, and its delivery network, and away from the small format experiment. The company has been testing store formats for years, trying to find the balance between being convenient for shoppers and being affordable to actually operate. Number 4 is Kroger, and this is the one that'll disrupt the most routines. 9 Kroger supermarkets are closing across 5 states. The states losing locations are Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Virginia, and West Virginia, and Kroger has already said it plans to close dozens of underperforming supermarkets over a longer stretch. A grocery closure hits harder than most retail shutdowns because it's woven into your week. You might have to move a prescription, redraw your shopping trip, or drive a lot farther for the brands you actually buy. 5th are the Albertsons-owned grocery stores. One confirmed closure is an Acme Market in Edgewater, New Jersey, with other banner stores under review as the company looks at its portfolio. Grocers have been hit from every direction lately with higher labor costs, tougher competition, and customers who shop differently than they did 5 years ago. For a town losing its Albertsons-owned store, the real question isn't brand loyalty. It's whether there's still convenient access to groceries and a pharmacy counter. Coming in at number 6, we've got Apple. Apple almost never closes stores, which is what makes this notable. Now, the Clinton Township, Michigan location is among the changes as leases come up for renewal. Here's the important difference. Apple isn't struggling. The company has been deliberately building fewer but larger stores that combine product sales, technical support, and customer education in one place. So an Apple closure usually means consolidation into something bigger nearby, not a market exit. Number 7 is Walgreens, and the scale here is enormous. Roughly 500 Walgreens locations are closing as part of a multi-year reduction. The company has pointed to a few pressures behind it, which are changing consumer behavior, shrinking insurance reimbursements, too many locations sitting close together, and a straightforward need to improve profitability across the chain. If you're older and you use a neighborhood pharmacy, pay attention to this one. Walgreens usually transfers prescriptions and records to a nearby store automatically, but you may still need to rethink how you get there. And our 8th chain is At Home. The home decor retailer filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in June of 2025 and closed about 30 underperforming stores. That was roughly 10% of its 260 locations. Home retailers are in a tough spot right now. Shoppers have gotten picky about big-ticket purchases, and higher costs paired with slower furniture demand have pushed several companies toward bankruptcy protection or an online-only model. So what should you actually do with all this? Most chains never publish a full closure list, so the warning signs are local. Watch for a sign in the window, a clearance sale that runs for weeks, local news coverage, or a store that's quietly cutting its hours and thinning out its shelves. A closing store can mean real savings for a few weeks, but if that location is where you fill prescriptions or buy groceries, line up your alternative before the final day, not after. Even the biggest names are rethinking how many buildings they really need, and that's not likely to stop anytime soon.